Pulaski County's football coach Johnny Hines says that on Friday night that he'll be lighting up the football stadium at 7:30 for 80 minutes, 80 being the number of Andrew Dotson's jersey. And since he said that, a lot of other coaches say they're going to do the exact same thing.
Really hurt by this, and so we want to do something to just offer our support.
The loss of 17-year-old Andrew Dotson is being felt all over the football community. Many of the surrounding high schools and even beyond will be lighting up their stadiums at what would be game time, 7:30 on Friday night. Coach Chappell says when people see the lights, he wants them to think about this young man's faith.
Life is so fragile. These moments are so fleeting. The wins and losses, they come and go so quickly. But there's some things that aren't that fleeting.
High school stadiums won't be the only ones lit up.
The University of Kentucky will be glad to participate tomorrow in honoring Andrew Dotson in Pulaski County for their loss.
And this lighting up the stadiums is also taking place on the same day that Andrew Dotson is being laid to rest, as his funeral services will be taking place Friday at 11 o'clock at the Center for Rural Development in Somerset. In Laurel County, Phil Pendleton, WKYT.